the fact that he got elected at all, and the fact that there's a decent chance he's going to get elected again, it's because the other part is because the Democratic Party has fucking failed to have anyone.
I think
that
Hillary
want to vote for.
I think Hillary was a good candidate, but I think they were cocky. Because they thought, well, of course we're going to beat Trump. I mean, he's Donald Trump. And then he won.
Hillary's demeanor toward Americans, because here's the thing, is they're both East Coast rich elitists, right? Yes. Hillary and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Hillary
from New York
didn't hide that. Hillary had open disdain for the blue-collar Americans. Her basket full of deplorables, Kate. Yeah. And that level of tone deafness is what cost her
and also, like...
Would she call black people super predators back in the 90s?
Yep. Kind of bouncing off what you just said, too. Yeah. Like, Trump, regardless of how he really feels deep down or whatever, he actually went to the Iowas and shit.
Yeah.
To where I remember, like, they just straight up just didn't go. It was like, we're good.
Yeah, well, Hillary didn't visit the Rust Belt and stuff like that.
She didn't even bother. She thought it was in the bag.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with a politician, is you're never going to get a politician that represents everybody, because we're all our own individual person. We all have our own background. All you can do is give a shit about people that have been overlooked for a long time. So you can listen to people that you may not be able to relate to, and that's fine. I mean, if you run for office, like in Nebraska, if you're from Omaha and you run for governor, you have no idea what's going on in the western part of the state. So you got to listen to people that are out there and see what their concerns and their problems are. If you give a shit, and that's what Donald Trump, that was the difference between Trump and Hillary, was Trump gave a shit about what people about what blue collar workers. Maybe he didn't. Sorry. Yeah. About what blue collar workers in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Michigan were going through, and that's what moved the needle.
He was entertaining,
and he had
that too. He spoke enough to the poor person.
Yeah.
Whether he really gave a shit or not, he spoke enough to them.
But they had heard they'd heard typical politicians speak from Republicans and Democrats.
Well, that's the thing. He also just comes off as, even though like I said, I first saw this guy on wrestling. To me, he's just a big ass character.
Yeah.
But
it's still kind of a bit.
It is. Yeah. But it's less politician-y.
Yeah.
Which is his appeal.
It is.
Really.
That's the appeal.
Yeah.
But that also is what bit him in the ass in 2020, is when you're constantly exposed to the camera and you're constantly being braggadocious like that, people get burnt out on you. Yeah. And that's and what it's
which is how bad Biden is as a president, is that
the people that were so adamant about getting rid of that want it back because Biden is so.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it's going to come down to in November. Is the issue is not going to be abortion. It's not going to be the border. It's not going to be Ukraine or guns or anything like that. The issue in November, what it's going to come down to is what do you dislike more? Constant exposure to Trump or Biden's economy? And that's what's going to decide it. That's what's going to be.
I think it'll be Biden's economy is going to lose out.
I
think it's going to be a lot closer.
I think it's going to be close. I don't think either one's going to.
It's not going to be a runaway. It's going to be one of those like we find out who wins president with like the last couple states maybe or something.
Yeah, I think stuff goes to recounts. It's going to be close.
It's probably going to be fucking messy like it was 4 years ago.
Who do you guys think will win? Flat out.
Who do I think is going to win?
Yeah. If nothing changes,
if you asked me a month ago, I would have told you Trump without a doubt. Yeah. I'm still leaning toward him, but I'm not as confident.
I think even though what I said earlier about like I'm not proud to be like Democratic right now, I still think as of today, Biden might slightly beat him.
I can see that. Right now, it's a lot shifted.
Slightly.
The Trump fatigue is setting in again.
Yeah, because
Trump fatigue is setting in again.
Because people are starting to remember. Oh yeah, that's why we didn't fucking want this guy.
He talked all this trash and all that stuff, which people didn't like him. But
the best thing he could do is something he's incapable of doing, which is shutting the fuck up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Shutting
and just stick to policies. Crack some jokes.
Your opponent is an old man with dementia that can't stop fondling little girls and has created the worst economy we've had in 50 years. He's got the rope. Let him hang himself and shut up. That's what Biden did to Trump in 2020, and it worked.
And it worked.
He took a step back. He's like, hey, whether it's his fault or not, you've got COVID, you've got all these crazy riots going on. I'm going to take a step back. This guy can't shut up. Here's the rope.
Because
Bye-bye.
Again, like at the end of the day, if you're talking about in that universe, like the political world or whatever, at the end of the day, Trump is not a politician.
No.
Right?
Yeah,
so you can let him, like you said, he'll hang himself if he keeps talking.
Yeah.
Fast forward to now.
Yeah.
Trump just needs to return the favor, and he's not doing it.
No, he's not. And I don't think he's capable of doing it. And I think there's probably a lot of smart people in his ear that have told him to chill out.
They were telling him that 4 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you need to shut up. But he was like, well, no.
You know, I won last time doing what I do. Yeah, and
this is the formula. The formula worked. Why would I stop doing it?
He didn't realize that works in a vacuum. When you're campaigning for 9 or 10 months, that's okay. It's cute. It's funny. But 8 years,
4 years.
People get tired of it.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, we'll see. I do think it's going to be really... I wouldn't be surprised either way. But
I agree with everything you're saying.
But I do think it'll be...
I don't disagree.
Pretty close. Now, that could change. I mean, it's only fucking April.
Yeah.
Like, once they start doing the debates and shit.
I think a lot of it's going to have to do with the economy, how the economy goes. If things stay the same that they are right now, economy-wise, right?
And also, it'll depend on what... I mean, really... I mean, I'm a firm believer in Trump is just running to stay out of prison.
That'll have something to do with it, too.
That might have some... Well, I don't think it's as much staying out of prison as I think it's about payback.
Or payback, yeah.
Very, very petty.
It's personal petty, for him. It is personal.
Because, like, most people, they were president once, they lose. All right, cool. Right?
I'm out, yeah.
And he's just never let go.
He thrives
because he doesn't lose much in life.
He thrives on it. Yeah, exactly.
So because he lost something, now he's like, well, fuck you. It's almost like a revenge tour.
I think he's lost more than people think. I mean, he's been through 2 divorces. He's had a bunch of bankruptcies. Yep. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So he's lost a bunch, but he's always been able to bounce back.
He's been able to come back on the other side, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's used to that. He's used to the bounce back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think this is that.
So you're saying we're on suicidal watch if he doesn't win the election?
I'm saying maybe, dude. If he loses this time, like, he might kill himself. I can see that.
A lot of bacon that night.
He'd take Melania with him, though.
Murders.
He's like, I'm not letting some other dude hit that with my money.
Hey, Chris Benoit situation.
Hey, but Ivanka, though, listen.
Well, she's Jewish now, so anyway.
Well, never mind.
All right, well, that's
his daughter,
been,
Ivanka,
That's been
G.I. Joe like her too.
G.I. Joe, it's not gonna live this down, man.
Yeah,
that's been dementia awareness. Stay tuned. We got the trending topics for the week coming up.
I just forgot what we were talking about. Is that dementia?
Yeah, dementia. All right, go ahead, shut it down.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.